Yes, as mentioned earlier, Cinema for Change, a tremendous success last week, Wednesday at the IMAX. With me to give all the details and give the recap and probably tell us when the next installment will take place, Stephen Edwards from Stephen Edwards Productions, a great friend from 19 As a matter of fact, I received the invitation, but as you know, last week would have been my birthday, last Thursday, and I guess the lead up, it was real pace last week, Stephen, honestly, and I really need to make some time when next year do one of these major rollouts to really see it firsthand.
Yeah, first let me say happy belated birthday, brother.
Thank you.
You know, I really, really admire what you have done with your life in this very short space of time. So I want to say congratulations to you, and I want to say...
And the same with you, man, because you know, you've been able to bring basically what I know would have been an idea in your mind into reality, and you're able to impact change because, again, the theme, Let's Stand United Hand in Hand, speaks to what Imagine this experience was for the patrons.
I mean, first of all, let me say good morning to your viewers, you know, on the Morning Brew, and you know, those of you on the World Wide Web. It was a real pleasure to see Trinidad and Tobago like it used to be. Every creed and race find an equal place in IMAX, you know, and it have people from different ages and different stages, and we were able to bring some powerful messages in only Trinidad and Tobago could do. You know, so it was really, really great to see people watch themselves, you know, on the big screen on IMAX and see, you know, places like Beetham and so on highlighted in the movie, you know, because those are things that you would never really get to see. So a lot of it was shot in the Beetham for, you know, Sweet TNT was one of which is a pilot for a television series that we're looking to launch. And even though the theme was gender-based violence, it was really, really great to see Trinidad and Tobago in its full flight again.
What do you think was the greatest takeaway? I mean, obviously, people seeing Trinidad in its full flight, as you mentioned, hearing the accents, it's almost like a mirror.
Yes.
Seeing yourself on screen, seeing scenarios, even for those who would be totally unaware of what happens, let's say, in the inner city.
Right.
When people left, what was the conversation like? What was the takeaway? What was the sense of understanding from the viewing audience?
Well, it was amazing to me, you know, one of my mentors for film is Dov Simmons, right? And he's like Hollywood's #1 film teacher. And he says, anytime you go to a screening and you hear people politely clap, it means your movie stinks. You know, he's a real blunt person like that now. And to hear people shout, to hear people, you know, make comments to the screen and that kind of stuff for something that we did. One of the biggest things was like, you know, when we could see it again. And that to me was a real compliment because, as I said, we had persons like, you know, former First Lady Zaleha Hassan Ali in the audience, Gisela Ron West. You know, we had, you know, my son who's 17, he was, you know, part of the program as well. And so look at the disparity in age, and for everybody to be able to enjoy, you know, local content with a serious topic, but just the delivery style, you know, it was really heartwarming.
What's next, Stephen?
Well, tentatively, we want to run it again at IMAX. Right. You know, June 2nd is our tentative date. June 2nd is our tentative date. We just would probably run it for 1 day. You know, I mean, and persons who want to get tickets, you know, they can hit me up on WhatsApp, 1-868-763-6603. That is 1-868-763-6603. So we're going to have tickets. Tickets would be like $100. But I want persons to come with the anticipation of, I'm going to have a good time. Not just to support local, but to come and really have a great time at the movies. In terms of keeping in touch, getting more information concerning your production company, how can folks do that? Yeah, you could hook me up on Facebook, right? Stephen Edwards, STVNEDWARDS, right? Stephen Edwards Productions, right? And you could follow us on Instagram, right? But I generally answer, the WhatsApp, so persons could get on to me, if you're interested in learning to act and so on, because it would have been persons that I would have trained over a series of years that would be, seeing themselves now spotlighting.
Fantastic.
And that was a really great experience for them as well, because it was like the Oscars. Everybody dressed up and,
Before we wrap things up, Stephen, I want to give you a chance to acknowledge, I would imagine, some of the entities who, through their collaboration, made all this happen. And when you finish with that, introduce the trailer, because I definitely want the nation to get a little preview and a taste of the experience.
Okay. First of all, we want to say thank you to the Ministry of Sport and Community Development. Right, they were the major sponsor for the, I'd like to personally thank the PS David Roberts, right? And then we had the Massey Foundation, who would have supported all 3 phases, because this was the 3rd phase of this campaign, this gender-based violence campaign. They would have supported all 3 phases of it. So we were very, very grateful, and persons who bought tickets in a bunch, like was the Syrian and Lebanese Women Association, they have always been, partners. So I just want to say thank you so very much, to the persons who would have helped make this possible. And IMAX did an incredible job. Ingrid Jara, she did an incredible job in, facilitating us.
Excellent. And we have a trailer to take in, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure which one, but if I can see it on screen. But I think if this is Sweet TNT, I think this is one of the 2 characters who in
Sweet TNT self.
Yeah.
Let's take it in, man.
Yeah.
Well done, Stephen.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
Boy, you look like you gonna have me under some good pressure. But don't worry. Ice. Hey, you home?
Big style!
Jizz, you could make a little something small for me to carry, please.
What happened to your hand? I have to go to work too. Why you didn't wake up and make breakfast for me to eat?
But I'm running late, girl.
Anthony! Anthony! Yulin! Oi! Yes, now I'm here. I ain't sure how long what I would stay for today again. Yeah, who there? Good night. Good night. Good night.